Every Monday in October, I'm going to teach you guys step by step a simple Halloween look that everyone can do. And as requested, today we're going to do a Purge mask. This is great for Halloween costumes and it's really fun to do. Here are some of the materials you may need. Some are optional because not everyone has them and they aren't necessarily necessary. We're just going to start off with priming our face. This is important because it makes sure your makeup lasts. Then we're going to create a nice base with our favorite foundation. I'm using the Kat Von D one. Then we're going to use concealer how we normally would. And set. I'm going to fill in my brows now. If you have eyebrows, you don't have to do this, but I don't have eyebrows, so. Now onto the fun part. For this, you can take a light colored concealer or an eye primer. I truly want these videos to be as accessible to everyone as possible using everyday products, so we're going to use concealer because you don't need crazy products to have good looks. First, we're going to start by putting it up here and then blending it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. This concealer is just for pigmentation purposes. Don't set it. Grab your favorite bright colored eyeshadow and press that on. It helps if you pack it on heavy first. Now we blend the edges. Make sure it's still very pigmented and don't blend it out too much. This same process here. One X is done, now I'm going to do the other. By the way, I'm using the shade B3 in the AVH Volume 3 palette. Looking good so far. For the nose, we're just doing a horizontal line. For the mouth, we're starting off with a line like this, like so. Then 3 lines right here, an X here, a little line, tiny X. Repeat on this side. Now just make sure it's pretty blended and no super rough edges. Now this next part, you can use a white liner or the concealer. A white liner is easier, but I'm going to show you the concealer works too. You're also going to need a tiny brush. You can find some really good tiny brushes at your local craft store. Get some concealer on your hand. And then down the middle of each pink part, you're going to make a line. If you've never done lines on your face before, you can practice on your hand or neck, because this part can be a little bit tricky. I find it easiest to go in little strokes like this. And now we do this everywhere. You should look something like this. If you're not happy with the opacity of your concealer, you can go over it again with another coat. You can also go in and set it with some white eyeshadow, which is what I'm going to do. The final touches can do a lot. So any spot where I got too much white eyeshadow, I'm just going to go back over it with the pink. A huge tip is to take an eyebrow brush and just go back over the edges. Now I'm going to add some lashes and mascara. The lashes are on. Now setting spray and your fave highlighter. Don't forget those inner corners. And guess what? You're done. Make sure to comment what Halloween look you guys want me to teach you next week.